We have some more new game mechanics information that was just revealed today for Tactics Ogre Reborn, courtesy of Matsuno himself. Today, August 22nd, he posted a short video on Twitter highlighting some new items that folks will find quite useful. In so doing, he also gave us a little insight into some other aspects of leveling. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman. Let's go over what we know. The big reveal here is the addition of XP granting consumables that Mr. Matsuno calls experience charms. Similar to rare candies in Pokemon or runes/souls/blood echoes in FromSoft's titles, these items appear to have a dedicated tab in your party menu and grant exponentially higher amounts of XP depending on their rarity. Starting at 100 experience, they then grant 200, 400, 800, 1600, and finally there's one charm that seems to grant however much XP is needed to reach the next level. Prior to using a charm, the game will show how many levels your character will gain, if any. It is unknown if these items will need to be found, like obyriths, or if they will be bought, or crafted, or something else entirely. We do know you can stack these items up to at least 99, possibly more, but without knowing how rare these will be, we can't say how likely that is to happen. This is a huge time saver for those who like to have a large, diverse army, or for those who just like to try new classes and recruits. Mr. Matsuno states that experience charms are a good way to level if you don't want to grind multiple characters at once, and I agree. Given the limited slots for spells and skills that we will have access to for our characters, it will also make it easier to quickly spruce up a character who hasn't been used in a while, but who has a good build for the battle ahead. Speaking of skills, we have learned something else from Mr. Matsuno's little leveling demonstration. Each time the knight he is leveling up will increase in level from using an item, the game displays what increases her stats will receive. This is a handy, at-a-glance indicator as to what the primary stats for the given class will be, and I'm curious as to how this will enable us to compare growths and capabilities between different characters of the same class. Notably, these changes are displayed for both the character's current offensive and defensive stat totals, their HP and MP, as well as their base stats. These increases also do change with each level, as you can see here, which implies to me that there is some randomness to growth rates. However, there is something else that, to me, is even more interesting here. You can see as the knight levels to 27, the normal level up message is displayed, but almost at the same time, before the next level up message is displayed for 28, a skill level up message is displayed. This is only one of 2 times that we see this message displayed in the video, the other being at level 31. It appears, from what we can see, that the skill that is increasing is the knight's weapon skill, as it starts at level 1 and ends at level 3. However, while the symbol on the ability is a sword, the weapon she is using is a mace. So rather than a specific weapon skill, this might be a generic attack skill, or perhaps the strengthen skill that we're familiar with. Either way, this is the only skill that we can see level during the course of the video. It's possible that we've moved away from weapon and other such skills having individual aptitude levels, instead relying on character levels to increase these skills rather than having to use them regularly. But until we see more, it's kind of hard to say. It will be interesting as well if your knight is just skilled in whatever weapon she's allowed to equip based on her class, just because of her level and her, as a result, attack stat, I'll call it. I'll honestly be a little sad if that's the case. It was fun building out characters to be proficient in a specific type of weapon, like having a knight proficient in 2-handed swords versus a knight who would use a one-handed sword and a shield, or a mace and a shield, or something like that, but we'll have to see. There's no guarantee that we're moving away from that. As far as I can tell, that's all the major info that can be gleaned from this little short video that Mr. Matsuno posted. If there's something I missed or something I misinterpreted, please let me know in the comments and I'll post a correction. It's clear that as the release of Tactics Ogre Reborn approaches, we're going to be getting even more information from Matsuno and his team, so make sure you subscribe. I'll be covering anything and everything that I find as soon as I can, so that you know exactly what's coming to this version of the game. If you're feeling extra generous, I did just launch my Patreon as well. You'd be helping me immensely if you considered becoming a patron, so take a look. It's not required, of course, but there's some cool stuff in my tiers that might entice you. Again, my name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman. Stay safe and healthy out there, and remember, be good to each other. Bye now.